Hi, I'm Tess.
Hi, I'm Kayla.
Hi guys, I'm Tess.
And I'm Kayla.
And today we are going to tell you about the first day that we met. This specific topic has a lot to do with our videos and a lot to do with our relationship specifically. Let's just go ahead and jump into the video. We're gonna paint a picture for you of how the night Tess and Kayla met.
I think in our previous video, one of our previous videos, we had told you that we met via a mutual friend. That mutual friend had taken me down to downtown Chicago and to Tess's apartment where we were all gonna meet before we went out. We took a cab down into the city and we got to Tess's apartment and we went upstairs and knocked on the door and she opened the door and we were introduced.
Good morning, guys. Hi, I'm Tess.
Hi, Kayla.
This is where the origin of our intro to our sit-down videos came about. Because growing up, a lot of my friends would make fun of me of the way that I introduced myself. I don't know why it's funny, but it's funny to me now because I think it was funny to them. And this is exactly what I did when I introduced myself to Kayla. I think our mutual friend walked in first, and then her guy friend walked in, and then Kayla was the last to walk in. So I kind of shook everybody's hand as they walk in. Obviously, I gave the mutual friend a hug when I saw her.
Let's call the mutual friend Liz.
So I gave Liz a hug when she first walked in the door, and then I introduced myself to Joe when he walked into the door. That's what we're gonna name him for the sake of this video. And then Kayla walked in last, and what I do when I introduce myself is my friends would make fun of me and say that I would extend my hand straight out and basically like shout, "Hi, I'm Tess." There you go. There's the origin of our intro to all of our videos. You're welcome. It's hilarious, we know. So yeah, I did that with Kayla and she did the same back.
Except for the fact that I didn't say it as cheery because I'm not as cheery of a
Not
person
at all.
as Tess is. But I can tell you that I was just like pooped by the end of the day. I didn't really want to go out.
They had been drinking all day
Right.
in my like hometown suburb. So they came to visit me and I was working all day. I was in the middle of getting ready. So I was in a robe by the time they had gotten there. I was sitting on the ground in my robe doing my makeup and you were sitting on my couch and Joe and Liz were sitting
On the bed.
on the bed. Liz and I had not seen each other for a really, really long time.
And it was very apparent because they just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. And Joe and I just sat there and listened and listened and listened and then I just stopped listening.
Blah 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 blah. Blah blah.
Your butt feels amazing, by the way.
We had a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. I had recently broken up with a former boyfriend. I had to tell Liz all about it, of course, the chatty Kathy that I am. As I proceeded to tell her what was going on, I realized how rude I was being. So I quickly finished my conversation with Liz and I think I had gotten ready and I ended up getting dressed. Yeah, because I went to the kitchen, I pulled out my bottle of Jose Cuervo that had been sitting in the freezer and I wanted to catch up with the rest of the crew. So I, in turn, took 5 shots of tequila before we decided to head out to the bar. Kayla, come here, take some shots with us.
Almost that, thanks.
Come on, we have to take shots together. Come on, everybody needs to take a shot. You guys have been drinking all day. We need to take a shot together. I poured you a shot.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Do it the Chicago way. Another one.
No, you go ahead. You take it off.
No, come on. Let's do another one. In my taking 5 shots, I obviously offered my guests shots. Kayla was the last to join us in the kitchen and
Didn't want to.
she didn't want to. I think she was done drinking for the day, but I was all about having the whole group together and drinking, so I kind of persuaded her to come into the kitchen and take shots with us. We went on our merry way to the bar. We walked to the bar. The bar was right around the corner from my apartment. I walked ahead with Liz while you and Joe stayed behind.
Joe, no clue who Joe is.
Clearly I was a rude 21-year-old? 22-year-old.
We had walked to the bar and we got there, got checked in, blah, 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 checked in.
We checked into the bar.
We got
No,
our
IDs
checked.
checked.
So we went to the back table, got a few drinks, and just sat around talking for a little bit. Liz and Joe decided that they wanted to get on the dance floor and start dancing.
So they left us at the table
And we didn't
alone.
want to dance at the time. So we're left at the table to just talk
To ourselves. Yeah.
Well, not like talk to ourselves, but so we
Your armpits smell really good.
Yeah, good, thanks.
They
Finally.
smell like laundry.
We were there with our drinks, just talking. And what did we talk about, babe?
My drunk self brought up, I think earlier that day I made like a chicken Kiev for myself or like a cordon bleu or something of that nature. I found it really appealing to converse about with somebody that I had just met that evening. I actually found out that they happened to be two different things. And I was very excited about it. I just needed to share this with the world. So in my iPhone, probably like a 4 or something, Googled the difference between cordon bleu and chicken Kiev, and I further explained that. What?
You had a 5, I had a 4. Yes. I had 4S. Well, actually, I lost my phone, my iPhone, on that trip before I met her, so I had like an Android or something. So.
Well, you lost it like that day or the day before in the cab, right?
No, the first day I was there.
She left it in the cab and she had to get like a pay-to-go phone or something.
And I met Tess the last night I was there.
Yes,
before I went
we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So I think she asked what we did today, and then I reciprocated and asked what she did today. And I was like, ugh. Didn't want to hear about cooking. Yeah, so she was saying she had chicken whatever for lunch, and then she was like, is it Kiev or cordon bleu? And then we basically like were discussing what the difference was.
Right.
And so she looks it up on her phone like she was saying.
And then I think I Googled pictures or something.
Yeah, pictures.
Yeah, I Googled pictures of it and the difference between them, because one of them has like a butter filling and the other has like a ham and cheese filling or something. Like that's the difference. And I proceeded to make my way to the other side of the table where there was only one seat.
Right.
And Kayla happened to be sitting in that seat, and my lazy legs decided that I just didn't want to stand anymore.
So she basically just like sat down with me, like half on my lap, half on the chair. We just like looked at this picture and we just like started talking about other things.
I made myself comfortable in her lap, basically.
Yeah, after that conversation, I think we brought up one of her other friends. I think she was asking me advice on like your friend's situation regarding like her having like a one-night stand recently.
I asked her opinion on the situation, and then she asked me a question, which was...
Well, I asked Tess what her thought was on having a one-night stand with a stranger, and she had said that, well, it would depend on like the situation and like
obviously the feelings that I had with the person.
Yeah, and just like how the night went, whatever. I just like hate myself now for this stupid ass line. And so basically I was like, oh, okay, well, then it sucks that I have to leave in the morning. Like, who the fuck says that shit?
It made you get me.
Guess so.
Okay.
I'm sure the tequila helped.
It was a budding gay, homo, lesbian.
Budding.
You just gave me a little push. Push. You asked me this question.
Yeah,
what was my reaction to this question, Kayla?
Like, kind of like taken off guard. Like she wasn't expecting me to ask that.
I don't know who would expect you to ask that.
I don't even think you asked if you wanted to like go back to your place.
I didn't ask anything. I was like, give me a second, and I walked away, or no, did we go into the bathroom before this?
Yeah, we went into the bathroom after that.
So I dragged her into the bathroom because I had to pee.
Well, you did pee.
Yes. I was probably like, okay, I'm getting some. I should probably release everything that's inside of me.
Make sure you're...
So I'm ready to go and I feel good.
I stood there while she peed and she washed her hands, and then she was drying her hands, and I was like,
she was
right
standing
there.
near the dryer. She just happened to be right there.
And like she's so short. Like look at her, she's so cute. She just like looked up at me, and then we just like went in. So
we have a reenactment of that moment on our Instagram.
Okay, so then we kissed for a little bit, like not very long, like
no.
We're not putting this up. So then we left, and Tess took my hand and we basically like held hands out to the dance floor where Liz.
I left her.
She left me like at in the crowd while she went to go talk to Liz quick.
I was like, give me a minute.
She went to go talk to booty. She went to go talk to booty. She went to Liz and was like, what? I don't even know what you said to her.
I don't know what I said. I was probably
Basically
like, oh, I remember. I was like, is Kayla a lesbian?
You did?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I never told you that.
No.
Yes.
This is new information.
I went to Liz and I was like, I almost slipped and said her name there. And I was like, is Kayla a lesbian? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, we're going back to my apartment. See you later. I went back into the crowd. I grabbed Kayla's hand, literally pulled her like out of the bar
at a quicker pace than a regular walk.
Yeah, like we weren't next to each other. She was behind me, and I like dragged her to my apartment basically. So 2 blocks away. Yeah, what happened once we got upstairs?
Well, I mean, you can probably just figure it out, but we won't get into details. You know what happened.
And basically, we're gonna go into detail about what happened in the middle of
what happened. Okay, so Tess just like crawls onto the floor where her laptop is.
Off of the bed.
Grabs the laptop.
My laptop.
And went on iTunes and
sat on the floor while Kayla was on the bed.
Yeah, and she played the song Catch My Breath by Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, it's so good. Left behind, I've spent most of my life.
At this point, I was just like, okay, well, first of all, I was obsessed with that song.
Like, what made me think of that?
Yeah.
You keep talking, I'll be right back.
So at the same time, I was like, oh my God, I love the song. I was just like, what the fuck is this girl doing? I mean, we both loved the song at the time. It had just come out like almost a year ago.
Thanks. So this little surprise is something we said we were gonna talk about and like let you guys know about in one of our past videos like forever ago. The reason I made Kayla this is because of that moment.
This poster, I just like died inside when she made me this. It was so creative and thoughtful and just like, oh my God, it just showed that she like truly cared about me. So I had it hanging in my room forever.
And now it's hanging in our apartment.
So she played the song and then like,
we finished what we were doing.
Having a tea party.
So Liz and Joe decided that they were gonna come back to the apartment.
Without any notice. Wait, did they call you? I don't know. They
could have called me, we just didn't get the phone call because we were busy having a tea party.
She had buzzed to get let in downstairs. And so we're like, oh crap, we gotta like get our shit together.
We buzzed her in, let her in, and it was a 3-flight walk up. And so we continued to have our tea party while they were walking up the stairs.
Yeah, we did do that.
And so, yeah, they knocked on the door and we had to scramble
to get dressed after our tea party because we had
a naked tea party. Yeah, we opened the door for them. I think we all sat and talked for a little bit.
Yeah, it was awkward though. Everyone knew what was going on. We just talked and then we decided we wanted water. So we left Liz and Joe upstairs and walked to the store. On the way back, we had just like stopped against the wall of this
convenience
store. And we just made it out. Then we went back upstairs and like apparently we didn't want to stop having our tea party because Tess went into the bathroom and
Kayla proceeded to follow me.
Right.
Tea party in the bathroom? Okay. And then Liz proceeded to knock on the bathroom door.
She did.
She
was wondering what was going on.
Wanted us to wrap up our tea party because they needed to make a train to go back to the suburbs. So Kayla can in turn make her flight in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, we said our goodbyes.
I got her number. I can just text it to you. What's your number?
555.
Okay. I gotta go. Bye. I had asked for her number so we could continue the conversation, like
continue the tea party via text message.
Well, no.
Then I woke up the next morning face flat on my bed.
Hungover as F.
Very hungover. She messaged me on Facebook, and then I creeped on her like crazy before I even messaged her back. So I was like, what the F happened last night? Who is this person? I did my research. She ended up being somewhat normal.
Somewhat.
And
then she met me for real.
Yeah, and then a month later, I flew out to see her.
The rest is history.
Now you guys know why these rings mean so freaking much to us. If I didn't sit on your lap and talk to you about cordon bleu and drag you to my apartment and you say what you said so randomly to me, then we wouldn't be here today. So this ring is very significant.
Symbolic.
Yeah, symbolic to our relationship. We really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We had so much fun filming it.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. It shows us that you enjoy the content that we're putting out for you guys.
Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos every single Wednesday, and we will see you guys next week. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Oh, I look just great.
It's Mr. and Mrs. Wilson.
How do babies kiss, Tess? Come on, it's another one. Why are you walking at me?
Another one.
Yeah. Except don't do that.
Okay.